Hello, parents. And kids. I want to start the week off just with an encouraging message and just a thought just for the kids to think about as we go into the week with the week's theme of setting your own expectations. Set your own expectations. I'm gonna start this just by with a quick story. Well, maybe not quick. Just really a story about myself. I'm a person who had all the tools as a kid. I was the GT kid, so gifted, talented. So I was in special classes. They pulled me out of school once a week once I got to a new school. So I was a kid that was smart. Everybody said I was that, but I really didn't take it serious like that. I just was like, okay, I do well in school. It wasn't like a big deal to me, but it was a big deal to everyone else. But of course, obviously, I didn't take it serious. I didn't set my own expectation. It was just like, oh, okay, I made an A on this, and that's that. And it kind of progressed just throughout just my time in regular school, in grade school, and then goes into high school. And I still remember there was a moment my senior year where my mom was getting on me about my grades. My grades was just okay. I was just making B's or just like what else. But my mom got on me about it, and I was like, look, I just want to pass. That's just what my thought process was at that time. And that was just kind of emblematic of what my expectation level was for myself at the time was that I just want to pass. I ain't concerned about succeeding. I ain't concerned about being no valedictorian. I don't care about making no straight A's. I'm just like, yo, I'm just trying to get through this. And that mentality carried throughout my time in college where I just, you know, was off in college. I hang out with my friends who really weren't friends, play video games, just talk about nothing of importance, talking about what we want to do. And there's people that actually call me ambitious, but my focus just wasn't there. And that's what a lot of people would say. My focus just wasn't there. And it would show. I didn't do the extra. I wasn't trying to really push forward and toward whatever my career was going to be at the time dealing with sports. But that continued after college. I did graduate, so it wasn't like I didn't graduate school or anything like that. But I continued with that. And then that mentality, then after college, I didn't take nothing serious. I worked at the newspaper. I wasn't getting up early. I wasn't engaging in the level of preparation that I should engage in. So that continued throughout my adult life. I mean, I'm 23, 24, 25, and it's just like things just weren't moving. I finally moved here to Houston, still kind of like, I don't know, working security, doing all of this. And I kind of just like, man, it still just isn't clicking. And I started working in education. Things started to crystallize just a little bit. I started to get a bit more focused. I started saying, hey, I want to be great, but it still wasn't quite there. But there was a moment, my first year as a teacher, I remember my kids took they call it a benchmark or semester exams, probably back when I was younger. Took a semester exam. My kids did pretty well on the reading and writing, and they went from worst on the floor to best on the floor. But then as I was teaching one day, I was like, they just aren't growing. Some just wasn't clicking. I just had a vibe. I've always had that just sense of feeling, or I guess that gift for that. But I was like, some ain't, they're not growing. So I asked our literacy coach, Nicaro Dixon, now Hall now, she came in and modeled the lesson. I was like, whoa, like that's what I want to be. And then after that, my kids, something about that clicked in me and my kids' performance soared. And so further after that, no, the next year, my kids' performance went up that year. Then the next year I got 91%. And now my kids show exponential growth every year just because I'm only in my fourth year, but they've shown a lot of growth this year just because I realized I had to set my own expectation level. Now I turn this back to the kids. That was kind of a longer story, and hopefully I can get this all in 5 minutes. But I want the kids to kind of just realize, just think about how they were at the beginning of the year. Some of them still learn how to work, learn how to read, and think about where they are now because they set their own expectation level. But there are some that still aren't there. So in the next 3 weeks, they're going to have to discover that within them to set their own expectation level. Some don't want to read. They want to play around. They want to hang out with their buddies. They want to talk all day, but they aren't quite where they need to be. And they're realizing their friends aren't helping them get them there. Now, obviously, their friends aren't with them there at home, but you are. But at the same time, they have to set their own expectation level because they have to realize they're going to be like me one day in college and in these spaces where you're going to have to push you. Ain't nobody going to push you. And obviously, in the workforce, your boss doesn't want to have to tell you what to do all the time. They want you just to do it. And I want them to start developing that mindset now because if they do, it's going to be a skill that will serve them for the rest of their life. So just to end with the kids, I want y'all to understand to set your own expectation level. That's what I'm going to challenge you to do. And then, just be phenomenal.